Good morning. This is your fish consultant at Aquavantage Farms. When you look at our fishes, you can see they are very healthy. You can see the way they are topping the water, running around. It tells you that the fishes are very active. You can see them. They are very active. You can see them, the way they are topping the water, going around. Now, this is a sign of a very active fish. Now, when you're changing the water, it's not always like this. You see, in some fish pond, when they are changing the water, all the fishes will start hanging, standing straight in the water. What is that sign? That sign is a sign of stress, that the changing of water has stressed them. The process of changing water has really stressed them. And why does it happen that way? Now, before changing your fish pond water, you must realize that those fishes have been there for quite some time, maybe 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 1 week or so. They have acclimatized with the water in the pond. So you can't just totally change them like that. If you must change your fish pond water, you must make sure you leave some percentage of water that is in the old pond. You must make sure that some particles of the water in the previous water you want to change still remains in the pond. Some farmers will go to the extent that after draining the water, the small that remains, they will use fresh water and flush it away. Now, you must realize that there's what we call pH, water pH. The water pH is what stabilizes the condition of the fish in the water. In simpler terms, it is called the softness or hardness of water. Now, when you pour a fresh water or you pump a fresh water from the borehole or from the well, you will see that if you test that water, the pH could be 5, it could be 6, it could be 7. Now, leave that water, go back again and test it. After some days, you will see that that water pH has increased to 8 or 9. It has increased by 1 or 2 pH. The longer the water stays, the higher the pH. Now, when you change your water today, you leave the fish there first, second, third day, fourth day, 5th day, or 1 week before coming back to change it. The water in that pond, its pH has really increased to around 9 or 8 or thereabout, or 7 if your water pH is very low. And you want to change the water, it is seriously wrong, and it could be fatal at times. If the fishes are very small, it could lead to mass mortality of fishes. Let's say the fish are 4 weeks old, 6 weeks old, it could lead to mass mortality of fish because they've not developed their own ability to suck up oxygen from the top of the water. So you have to change the water by 70% or 80%. You must make sure that those old water in the pond, there are still some percentage remaining in the pond. Some farmers makes the mistake that after draining the entire water, they will even use fresh water to flush out the remaining one. That is a very bad practice. The remaining water, the percentage of the water remaining in the pond, is what will stabilize the fresh water you are bringing in for the fishes. It will not make it totally strange for the fishes. And that's why you see in some situations, you will see that you can see this one, the way they are topping the water, very active. They are so happy because when you look at this water now, you see it's not totally clear. You can see that some remnant of the old water is still there, and that's why they are playing like this. If I have opportunity, I will show you another time when the fishes are stressed, a situation where the difference in the pH water is much. For instance, let's say the water in the pond, the old water that is dirty you want to change it's 8 or 9, and the water you are pumping in is around 5 or 6 level pH. That is 2 pH difference. When you put in that fresh water, I tell you, your fish will start hanging. They'll be stressed up. At most, the difference in the old water pH and the new water pH must not be more than 1. It must not be 1 and 1. When there is a drastic change, sudden change in the water pH, the fishes become stressed up, they start hanging, and sometimes it could lead to mass mortality. So these are important tips you must never neglect. Some people, someone called me, he just hatched and the fish were doing well. About they were about a month old or going to 5. He said he just changed water, he doesn't know what happened, everything just started dying. I say, you've made a terrible grave mistake. That's what happened when you suddenly change water that have been there for like a week. The pH has increased over time. When oxygens and the air mix with water over time, the pH constantly increases. So you just suddenly flush out the old water and you put in new water. The next thing is that you see that your fishes are stressed and they start dropping off, dying. Sometimes you see their skin peeling off because the new water has a lot of acidity. It's hard. The lower the pH, the harder the water. The higher the pH, the softer the water. So when you put in fresh water, most time it is always harder than the old one. And that's why you must always make sure you are careful when you are changing your water, to make sure that you don't release everything out of the pond. Don't flush everything out. Make sure you leave at least 20% of the old water in the pond. This is what you get swimming, playing all around. You can see them. There's no need to tell you that these fishes are active. They are hyperactive. But in some situations, in another video, I will try and show you where fishes are stressed, symptoms of stressed fishes. Thank you. Like and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate you. Thank you and God bless you. Bye for now from Aquavantage.